What's going on, man? Cup live, you again with your live again with your boy Hollywood, man. And look here, it's getting close again, man. July is right around the corner. Happy 4th of July for all y'all. I know I ain't gonna be able to see y'all when that come up or whatever, because it's gonna be on a weekday and everybody gonna be out here grilling this weekend. But I want y'all to all be responsible, have a great time, pay a lot of respect to our independence of this country, man. You know, my man Pinky was born on 4th of July. Here, independence, baby. But look, we're gonna get to Pinky in
That's
a
right.
minute, man. Hey, he was born on 4th of July, so he said that's why he tell everybody he is independent. How can he
That's
not be
right.
independent when he was born on the 4th of July? I don't get no line. I don't get
O-
no stripes for lying,
Okay.
because that's what my
Okay
man say,
then.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Seven
yeah.
four 7458, man. Come on now. If I was
Come on,
born on
nephew.
Independence Day, I'm supposed to be independent.
Man, you know what they say, if you tell it right, it's gonna come out right. Ain't that what it
It
is?
gotta come out right, Wood.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But check this out. Man Cup Summer Dash for Cash is going down at Dragway 42, July the 14th through the 16th. Look here, man. We done did a lot of twisting and turning about what we needed to do with this date. And we finally came up with it because there's a lot of races up in that area. I don't know if they trying to miss us or not, or they don't want to come get none of that action Man Cup got to offer them. But look here, Man Cup coming to Ohio. And if you say you got good races or great races in Ohio, come out there and let us see what you got going on. Look, we're going to have a double header, right? We're going to have actually a lightweight triple header, because we're going to have some gamble racing, test and tune on Friday, gambler racing on Friday, and we're going to have some grudge. Plenty of time to get some action on. Then we're going to come right back Saturday with a whole day of racing to include eliminations for Saturday. Now check this out. On Saturday, we're going to use our standard purse that we already been racing on throughout the year to get the event in, right? Then we're going to have some grudge later on that night. Now, what we're going to try to do is start a little bit later Saturday, just for the sake that it's going to be 100 and some odd degrees. Maybe ain't no telling how hot it's going to be. So we're going to try to race into the nighttime a little bit. Let it be a little cooler for the fans. And check this out. That purse going to be just like the www.racemancup.com purse says. Based on the quantity, that's what we get paid now. But here go a good caveat. Now, if you give me 60 plus bikes in ET and Pro Street ET and Pro ET on Sunday, we're going to have the same race again on Sunday, but we're going to double the purse up for the winner. So what I'm saying is you got 60 plus on Saturday. That's 5,000 for Pro ET winner. It's 2,000 for the Street ET winner. Now you come back on Sunday, that same quantity of motorcycles, 60 plus, Pro ET gonna pay 10 bands. 10 bands. Street ET gonna pay $4,000 if we get 60 plus motorcycles. If we don't get the 60, then you just look in the rule book, the purses and entry fees, and there you have it. Now check this out. We also thought about one more caveat. Me and Big Boss been on the phone dang near every day trying to figure out some little flips and flops. Now Racer came up with this right here. Big Stanley Russell came up with this. He said, look here, man, once you sell some mulligans, you already got the first round buyback tied up in the entry fee already. So you basically getting two runs right off the muscle. You getting first round, ain't nobody really can't go nowhere to eliminate. Then you got the second round. Now, if you bought the mulligan and you got spanked in the second round, hey, you might cash that mulligan on in right now and get back into the race, right? But now when you get down to them last 8 bites, you can put the mulligans up because they ain't gonna count no further. You can't take them no further than 8. Now look at that's just as good as we getting. It's just a big event about dashing for cash. So we trying to put every incentive that we can in play so you can come out here and have some fun and race for that dough. What you think about all those thoughts right there, big boy? That was a mouthful right there, man.
You just told them what it is, man. How much is the mulligan?
The mulligan be $100, man. Straight hundred
So
dollars, something
they
like
buy
that.
a mulligan and they can get back in anytime they want to, as long as they get in before they get out of 8 bikes. So
They
I
get
think that
in.
sounds good.
I mean, especially if you racing for 10,000, man.
That's what I'm
You know what I'm
saying. You
saying?
got a
You get
mulligan
down
in
to
your pocket. Come
16
on now.
bikes, 24 bikes, and you got 10
Yeah,
bands on the
yeah,
line, man.
yeah,
That's a heck of a prize right there
yeah,
to be trying to get
yeah.
and not be working on yourself. So
That means you
I'm
can
telling you
win
right.
3 rounds and then lose one and get your mulligan and get back in. Come on now. You got to, come on, that makes sense.
You got to go for that, man. Got to go for that. But
Yeah.
look here, man. Without further ado, man, we're going to go pay a few of these bills right quick. And we're going to bring you back an exciting family, a tough racing
Oh
family,
yeah.
all the way from
Yeah.
St. Louis, Missouri, man. These folks do some real driving to get to these races. They've been to every man cup race this year. I'll be right back. I'm going to let you meet some heck of folks right here. There we go, the Wagners, all the way from
Yeah.
y'all St. Louis, right? Man, y'all deep over there, boy. So check this out. I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourself out there and let these folks find out what y'all ride so they know how to look for you. Who y'all take off over there? Let me figure out who we got.
Well, I'm Mike Wagner. I run Top Gas.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, 24 years.
Okay.
I'm Lisa Wagner, aka Mama Wags. I take care of this group.
Do you also raced as well, right? At one
Who,
point?
me?
Yeah.
No, I've made 2 passes down the track, and I mean, they went okay, but I was told I was better off in the kitchen.
Okay, let's keep on rolling back there. I see a champion back there too now.
I'm Heather Wagner. I run Top Gas as well.
I'm Rachel Wagner, and I'm their help. I'm the pit crew.
Okay, so here we go. So we started on a little conversation. We got cut off when we was coming on here, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this question out. It wasn't my number 1 question. It was my number 6 question. But who had the most wins in this picture, right? I mean, now I'm talking about in the same time frame. Now, Dad, you got like 20-some years in the game now. I mean,
Yeah,
so
I got quite
you
a
know
few.
what I mean? You can't count the 20-some
Right.
wins in there. But if you
Right.
go apples to apples, when the daughter got on the motorcycle, she okay. So the apple didn't fall from the tree then, huh?
No, she's busted me twice in the finals. I think you got 2, right, Beth?
Yeah, we raced each other. My first win was actually against him in Muncie, Indiana. And then I recently just won the Derby last year. Not the one that just got rained out, the one before that.
Yeah,
and
we
it
were
was me
there.
well, so.
Right. So a lot of people don't know when you say you race Top Gas. Let's talk about that Top Gas. So for y'all who don't understand what Top Gas is, in the 1/8 of a mile, we talking about a bike that traversed the 1/8 of a mile, 660 feet, and normally perfect is 5.10 seconds. But Dad, if he missed his tune-up over there, I don't know nothing about that. He might go 490 or something. You know what I mean? But he might pop a little 490 out there when he missed the tune-up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But normally we talking about a bike that runs.
Come on, give me some
Well, I
credit.
don't know now. You was dialed in 510 and you came back smiling with the 490. So I'm thinking, well, man, maybe he need to just go ahead and do 460 or something. You know what I mean? But so we talking about a motorcycle that runs possibly speed wise in just the 1/8 of a mile, about 130 some, 135 miles an hour. Is that about right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
135, 136.
135, 137.
And so now when we talking about the 1/4 mile, we talking about 1,320 feet, 8.2 seconds, and we talking about now over $150 now.
163 to 65.
So
Is where our tune-ups are.
So let me ask you a question now, because I mean that's a lot of miles per hour. A lot of people can't even comprehend, running 150, 160 miles per hour. I mean, they look at their speedometer and they running normally 70, 75 miles per hour. You doubling that in less than 8 seconds. What does that feel like for you guys? I mean, if the fans listening to this, what did you tell them about that experience?
We're adrenaline junkies.
Yeah,
That's exactly what, hey, you are, Boss Man is, we all know it. We like the feel. It feels
That's right.
great.
that's right.
Am I right, Boss Man?
You know I love it, man. You know I do.
Oh, I
And I know
know.
y'all love it.
So when you think about what inspired you all, as I mean, so you were 20 some years, Heather, how long you been at it? About 10 years now?
I wish I could say 10 years. So I'm
10,
36.
10 years.
I'm 36 and I've been doing it since I was 16. Now, I've not been racing top gas that long, but at 16 I got on a bike. And so I took 2 breaks to have 2 children. But yeah, it's probably been more like 15, 16 years. I've been riding a
Okay.
bike. Yeah.
So how did you all get started in motorcycle drag racing? And did you all meet, and Lisa, did you meet Mike at the drag strip?
No, Michael and I met each other in the Marine Corps.
Oh,
That
What?
goes
so,
back
hey,
to
so,
Mike.
They
oh,
Marine.
okay.
Leathernecks.
Right. Simple Five. So y'all over here leathernecks. So y'all with Mr. Doug Fry. So y'all some real leathernecks over there.
Yeah, they real leathernecks, man.
That's pretty
Yeah.
interesting. So there's a
Yeah.
holiday to show a lot of respect to our veterans and soldiers and so forth
That's
coming
right.
right around the corner. 2 Marines, y'all met in the Marine Corps. And how long
That's all.
ago? How long ago was that?
39
Gotta be
years.
40.
Yeah. 39 years ago we met. We've
That's
been
I
married
said
30.
40. I said 40. It gotta be 40 years ago.
Did you teach him how to play golf? That's what I want to know. Who taught him how to play golf?
She got wore out. She got wore out Saturday playing golf.
Roderick, I got attacked by a bird on the golf course.
What?
It did. It grabbed a hold of the back of my hair. It was horrible.
So,
But anyway,
so let me
moving
ask you
on.
this question. So how do you all balance that love for the motorcycle drag racing with all the other things? I mean, like now I'm hearing that 40 years ago, 39 years ago, he started racing 24 years ago. So y'all spent 14 years doing work, I guess. Just taking care of business,
No,
raising a child.
no, we took a break when Heather was born.
Right.
So
Okay.
Burn,
I
put them on,
started
man.
this.
No, he,
You know old man James Rester.
Right.
You know
Right.
Junior.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know
So
Junior. I know Junior. I don't know the old man. Yeah.
okay, his dad had a motorcycle shop in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. I met Junior when he was 13.
Wow.
Yeah,
yeah.
and his dad is the one that got me into this.
He was riding
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Roberts RZ 350. We were set to go to our first IDBA race, and he was going to race in Super Eliminator.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and it was like 3 to 4 weeks out. Heather was, getting ready to be born in about, 2 weeks. And she came a little bit early. We got there. And after she was born, I told him, I said, just go to the racetrack. Nothing's, you can't do nothing here. And his motorcycle got ran over by a car.
Wow.
Yeah.
The
And
street
then-
bike
lanes, yeah.
in the staging lanes.
In the
Yeah.
staging lanes, yeah.
Guy doing
Wow,
a drive
wow.
out staging lanes.
And ran over his motorcycle. So it seized the bike up. So, I mean, us being young, we took a hiatus for a while. But yeah, James Rester is the one responsible for getting us into drag racing.
Coastal Plains Dragway, 1985.
So I know now. So what's her passage into the game? I mean, you're a racer, so obviously she's watching Dad race, and you got your other daughter back there. She's out there. She's helping the team as well. And so, what was her entry? What was your entry, Heather, into drag racing? I know watching your dad is one way, but it still has to be something inside of you that clicks that say, I really want to do that.
Yeah. Hollywood, I don't think it clicked for a long time. So I started on a street bike and I did that
Switch it
for a little
over,
bit.
Brian.
And then I did super comp on a small tire cow and I did that for a little bit. But I wasn't, to your point, and never kind of doing the thing and doing what we could. And then I decided I wanted to go fast. And that's when it clicked. That's when I started to fund myself and start to buy bikes, and that's where it started to all happen. So until then, until the big tire came apart, that's when I started to get the passion for it, really.
So what do you all do outside of racing? I mean, what's your careers outside of racing?
Well, Michael's an iron worker.
I'm a structural iron worker superintendent.
Okay.
And, I'm what's called a field abstractor. I travel from county to county doing title work for real estate.
Okay.
I'm a regional sales director for a financial institution that spans over Missouri and Illinois.
Okay.
I work in the back office of the financial institution and do a wide range of things behind scenes.
Okay, cool. So we got a lot of business up in there. We got some MBAs over there. Hey, we got to probably hire y'all to help us learn how to hold on to some money with the man cup or something.
Yeah. We are definitely a family-funded organization.
And so I'm gonna ask you. So if other families are looking at this live and they're like saying, "Man, they seem so fun," just to see this whole families together. Usually when you're around people a lot, you kind of get tired of being around them. But it seems like maybe the sport. This sport seems to keep people close. To be honest with you, I mean, we travel. And I can't wait to get to racetrack to see, my racing friends or just my friends that actually race. How about that? My friends who actually race.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
Yeah. So, right. So, what kind of advice would you give to other families who are probably interested in pursuing motorcycle drag racing as a shared hobby or passion? Because now there's a lot of things that go along with it. From the outside looking in.
Yeah, I'll give you one. So advice, and this goes back to a story that Dad and I have had just recently is, even though you're a family doing it, you got to do your own thing. And so, everybody looks at the forces and they look at, the larger families that do this. And Dad and I did our own thing for a minute there. I was going Busa style, he was going KZ. And then we came back and did the same thing. So my advice was to, even though you're a family doing this, you got to be your own person and you got to find your own avenue. It just so happens that we both found Top Gas, although I think that'll stem off here in the short future. And you got to find your own place. You got to find your own passion. You can't do this just because you're a family. You got to be able to be passionate about it. Like you said, Hollywood, it's a lot of travel. So you got to be stuck in this car, I think, 9 to 10 hours for most of the time with us. And you got to make sure that you have a passion for this and make sure you have your own avenue to explore that passion.
Right. Now, and y'all have some beautiful motorcycles. I mean, it seems like y'all did a redo on the bikes. Was it last season?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we completely did it. Yeah. We ride on KZ's, well, Dad's riding KZ's, father time over here.
You switch them up, Burn, get a big one.
Yeah. And then, that's what I inherited. When I wanted to go big tire racing, he was ready to buy something different. So I, took that over. And then, the progression happened. You start to see these boosters come out. You start to see the fuel injected. You start to see the standalone. So I made that jump. I had the great opportunity to buy Jane Page's motorcycle, and it was the best move I've ever made. And then I jumped to Fuel Tech last year. And that was the best move I ever made because, and I'll give this to advice to any younger racers that want to do this, be able to tune it yourself. That's the biggest thing. Don't depend on other people to tune your motorcycle, be able to tune it yourself. And by transitioning to Fuel Tech,
learn the system.
We were able to do that. I was able to, learn the system and not two-dial it, which is,
the king of two-dial
yeah,
right here.
The king of two-dial. So, we were able to transition and then he jumped on board. He said, I've seen how much fun you've had with it. And so he jumped on board last year, and it's been a lot less maintenance. But it's been
crazy.
A learning curve. Learning fuel injection in a standalone is much different than learning a KZ with a two-dial on the Schnitz box.
So now basically now you're the crew chief for both of you all.
Well, no, Dad. So Dad is absolutely telling me what to do. He just can't work the computer. So,
he's got to have a mouse.
Yeah. But he's making his own calls, but it's been nice. I've been empowered to be able to make my own calls, and you can't get mad at somebody at the big end when you make your own dials, right? So it's been nice for us to find that balance, and he's been able to focus on his, and I've been able to focus on mine, and then we come together and make calls together, which has been a nice transition.
Cool, cool. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back. I want to ask a couple more questions before we get up out of here.
All righty.
All right, we back, Man Cup Live, and we got the Wagners and Big Boss on the line. And Heather just helped answer a big question, helped a lot of the things that's going on. With, we were talking about pursuing the racing as a family, and she basically laid out that, even though, and I know this as a racer myself, the racetrack, it's everyone's own personal space. Once you get in that water box, it's nothing nobody can do for you at that point, other than maybe make sure you're straight or something like that. But, you pretty much on that island, and that's we live for that as racers. It's kind of that silent space of your life where everything in the world can be going on, but this is where you get to zone in at and focus on just what you want to do and what you have to do. So how do you all approach the communication and strategy as a family when you're competing in these races? And what role does each one of you all play, as it relates to the team? I know that you're a rider. Mom, she takes care of a lot of responsibilities when she's there. Heather's a rider, tuner. And then you have your other daughter. What's your name again? I'm sorry.
Rachel.
Rachel. I'm sorry. I ain't going to sit up here and chop your name up like I got it down pat, but I got you. And so we got everyone here, plays a specific role to this team. So can you expound on your role? Let's start with Rachel back there, because we done heard most of everyone else.
Start back in the back.
Oh.
Come on, Vern.
Put her on the spot.
I'll plug the motorcycles in, for the chargers, for the batteries, I fuel them up, I pull data, meaning the air, or sometimes if they need help just pulling data from the motorcycles, because they're doing other things. I will go down and pick them up at the big end when they're finished. I help Heather get the water box. Sometimes it's just a little hard to back up. It's hard to see around.
They don't allow mirrors in Top Gas.
I try to just help them out wherever they need help. I used to ride a little bit myself, and so I know what it's like, and so I just try to push them to the water box, because I know it's a lot to sit there and push them yourselves up there.
So is there any other desire for you, Rachel, to get back behind the handlebars again?
No more, no. I quit after I had a kid, and no desire. I don't want to say no desire. I love coming to it, but it's just too much for me.
Okay, that's honest opinion. So now that we got past that, I got all you all attention, y'all on the big screen right now. Can y'all describe one of the most memorable moments or experience you've had together as a family participating in a race? One of the most memorable moments that just sticks out.
I got that thing.
Oh, you got?
I got
I
that
think we might
Hollywood.
all have our own.
Mine is Heather's first Top Gas qualifier against her dad at US 131. We went down the track together, and I clicked fifth gear, and I looked over, and she was about a quarter of a bike back from me in fifth gear, and I'm thinking, this is pretty cool. And now I think, why did I teach her this? Because I get my ass whooped by her. I should have left her in Supercon. But no, it was really cool to look over and she's right next to me. You know, I can't.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, I know.
So
it is.
so for you, Heather, about you, Heather, what's one of
Yeah,
your
so,
favorites?
You know, this isn't probably the most. This is the most memorable. You know, I came around in Top Gas, and that was back when NHGRO was, you know, bringing in 30 to 45 bikes, and I was 3 years into Top Gas, and I was battling out for a championship, and it was me and Greg Mallet. We were going back and forth, you know, round after round, and we were at the last race of the year, and I was 1 round behind Greg Mallet. And I got my dad third round, and all I needed to do is win. Greg Mallet had gone out that round before, and I just needed to win. And
Really,
Dad, yeah,
really, you're gonna tell a story?
well, so like my father has always taught me, he won't lay down for anybody, and he didn't. And he beat me fair and square. And that is instilled in me, Hollywood, is that no, you know, once you hit that water box, you're in your own lane, right? And that's taught me everything I've known about, you know, racing for championships and racing for races. You know, as a female, I don't play the female card very often. You'll never hear me. I put my helmet on the same way as everybody else. But at that point, you know, I thought, you know, I'm gonna have to earn everything I get, and he beat me fair and square, and that's kind of instilled me in memorable because I continue to grind to be, you know, just as good as every other racer out there. And as that might not seem memorable to most, it's memorable to me because at that point I knew like it was going to be a grind to be able to win every round.
That was a turning point. That was 100% a turning point for you. You know.
Yeah, it was.
You know, sometimes they say the best lessons are the ones that you that you have to go through something. In that case, Dad spanked you a little bit, but he taught you. If I won't give it to you, ain't nobody gonna give you nothing. So if your dad ain't gonna give it to you, you know what I'm saying, you gotta 100% earn it. And I respect it. I won't never let my son beat me. I ain't gonna never let him beat me. If he beats me fair and square, it is what it is. But I'm not gonna ever let him beat me. I'm just sorry. I'm not built that way because I feel like I'm doing him a disservice.
I'm not.
It's not a win given.
Yeah, so I think that was just it was a turning point for me. To your point, it was a turning point for me, and at that point, I knew I was in a tough class, right? And I knew I was going to have to earn it. And right after that, we went to Muncie. That was the end of the year. And then we went to Muncie that next year, and I ended up going. And it was me and Dad in the finals. I ended up beating him. So and that, but the point of that is he was never going to let me win. So my first win in Top Gas was earned, and I received it with Dad at the other end of it. But it was just that more memorable because I knew he never was going to give me a round. And I think that, again, it just instilled all of the years of racing I had. I just knew that I was going to have to grind. And that's kind of where we continue to ride on is, you know, we don't take any win for granted. We continue to make sure that we turn on win lights and respect each one that we take.
That's right. So I'm gonna put a little drama in here. Who butt do y'all want to whoop the most when you go to the racetrack? I mean, keep it 100 with me. I don't know. I don't care what y'all say. You call out anybody because I want to know. Because it's a few people I go to the track and I just can't wait to race them if I get a chance. I want to bust their butt just as quick as they line up. So who is that person that you just? I mean, keep it 100. I don't care if they see it. They need to come to the track so they can get their get back. They don't like what you say. That's how I feel about it. If you don't like what she say, come to the track and straighten it. Then how about that? Yeah.
No.
So let's start with the Heather back there. Who is your person you really just like? You just want to just beat their butt.
So if you would have asked me that so me and Joe Deck, you guys all know Joe Deck, and I hope he sees this because he'll love me for this. Me and Joe Deck, we're pretty close. But I went when I switched over to Busa. He was super influential in helping me with that, and then turned around and did it the same thing with Dad as well. So for 2 years, I battled Joe Deck, and to this day, you guys, I never beat Joe Deck. Joe Deck has my number, and man, oh man, did I want to beat him. Well, then Hollywood, listen to this. He sells that bike. I go to Man Cup in Valdosta. Man Cup Valdosta. I haven't been to a Man Cup in years. I go to Man Cup Valdosta. Who do I get first round? That bike. To the guy he sold it to. And he was the nicest guy too. Super nice guy. And I ended up respectfully winning that round, but it wasn't the same. So I need Joe Deck to come back. Joe Deck he's I will make sure he watches this, because Joe Deck he has his new bike. And I know he will get it right and be in Top Gas soon, and that is the person. I strive. He is one bad mojo on a Top Gas bike, and that's kind of been my person for the last 2 years. It's Joe Deck.
How about you, Mike? Who is your one?
There's a lot of guys out there I've been racing for 20 years. I think the one that's still around that I like, I mean, we talk crap to each other, and that's Chickenhead.
Yeah.
Chad Ox.
Chad,
that's your man.
Pinky, we were in your race 2 years ago, and he's talking shit out in front about cutting my head off, and I turned around and cut his head off, and it's just an ongoing battle. The next one is Ken Schwartz.
Them two bad dudes, yeah.
And I've been traveling with Kenny for 30 years.
Yeah.
There's nothing like beating up on Kenny.
Yeah.
Because
You're so rude.
Hey, he beats up on me.
Hey, keep it real. That's what we're here for. We want to pull them out. We just we can't keep the gloves on in this sport right here. We got to take them off and let them know. We're like, I like racing against Chad. You got one of the same people we like to race against. I like racing the Chad because he like to talk a lot of mess, boy. But that's my man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than beating him and shutting him up. But really, Hollywood, you never shut Chad up.
Yeah.
Do you?
But that's the beautiful thing about this sport, man. We can call out the best, race the best, and get to the finish line, dap each other up, give each other a hug, and we be ready for it all over again. So,
exactly.
I love it. I love it for that reason.
Hey, Hollywood.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Look here, let's ask mama something. Whenever it comes down that it's gonna be the daughter and your husband, they gotta race each other. Which makes you in the lane? Because I done seen you before out there. Who lane you gonna get in? Because I done seen you in Heather's lane.
Vicky,
and I seen that other girl in the daddy's lane.
Well, I always want Mike to win because Heather don't share her money.
Right.
Well, that's a good answer.
I know, but I see you behind her though. I see you in her lane once or twice when the dad and the daughter race.
I gotta go straight on down there.
I seen you in her lane, and that other girl was in the daddy lane.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody's got to take care of the old man.
Yeah.
That's right. And Heather won.
I want him to win, but I got to be over in baby girl's lane because I got to make sure she's straight. That's
take care of baby.
Yeah, I got to take care of the baby.
Well, I'm glad y'all doing that because y'all motivated me to get my daughter running, and now y'all see my little daughter doing what she doing.
I know, that's awesome.
I see he had stuck her out there, so then my little girl wanted to go out there, so I stuck her out there, and now
that's
she
right.
what it is,
Yep.
That's right.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
And she does dang well.
But what I want to ask you, I asked you the question today about y'all. I asked you about not so much how many of y'all got more wins. I'm saying whenever y'all had to run each other, who's up in that? Because I know y'all got a count in your head. Who's up in that?
Actually, we're about even. I think we're about even, Pete.
I got you.
I mean, it's real close.
That's
within a
good.
That's
round.
good,
We
man.
try to avoid
That's
each other.
awesome.
But I know it's a beautiful thing because I raced my daughter and I ain't never raced it but 2 times. You know, she won one,
Oh
I
no,
won one, and we ain't never finished the break. We gonna
You
break it
haven't
this
finished
year.
it out.
I think at my
they never
race we
let you
gonna
drive
finish
in
it up.
9 hours. And here's my thought on this, Pink. If I get her in the quarters, I know one of us is moving on.
That's right. That's
And,
right. That's right.
you know, one of us is going to move on, and
That's
ain't
right.
nobody laying down for each other.
That's right.
Trust
But
me.
one,
That's
but one
right.
of y'all going on. One of y'all going on to the next round.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, hey, I
That's
loved
right.
it when I raced my daughter, man. I loved it when I was looking at her going down the track, man. I just, I like to look over anyway, and I'm just looking at her,
Oh, I
man. She
know.
had me that
Isn't that
first
cool?
pass anyway, so I couldn't do them and keep looking at her. I thought I was gonna make a move on her, but at the 330, she made a move on my bike, and I never could get around her. But I enjoy watching her though going down the track for real.
You know what's funny, Pink?
What?
When you leave
Burn, put it
and
on
you
beat,
think,
burn.
because I've done this before, and she squirts out on you, and I think, oh man, I put that tune up in that bike, I am not going to catch it.
That's right. I
Hey,
won a
that's a beautiful
460,
thing.
she won a 62. So she treated me and I couldn't catch it, but I was right there with her though.
Right? Yeah, just about that much back.
Yeah,
Going,
that's what I'm
man, I
saying.
am
That's
not going to
right.
catch
That's
it.
about a half a
I know
bike,
that
But
a
tune
that
half a
up.
much
bike in
better on
front.
the tree. That's right.
Yeah, I just got
But look
treed.
here, man.
That's right.
I love having you all on here tonight in this wonderful thing to spotlight a family that's racing together.
That's
It's,
right.
it's an opportunity to show people that, we come in all ways, man. We come solo, we come in a family, we come all ways from everywhere. So to have you all on here has been a pleasure and an honor to have you all. I can't wait to see y'all at the next event. And while we out here, we'll let everybody know if you want some T-shirts from the last event, we still have some. You just got to go to info@racemancup.com. Let us know. We got some Rocket City National shirts. We're selling for a deep discount because we not gonna have another Rocket City Nationals in 2023. So we'll be out here, and also we're gonna have a limited quantity of the Dash for Cash at the Dragway 42 race. So be sure to get your shirts and get up there and get your shirts ordered quickly. It's gonna be a heck of a race up there. Hopefully we'll be able to get a good turnout because we're gonna give this money back to the racers. That's the whole key here. We want to try to put as much money back to the racers as we possibly can. You
And we
know,
appreciate it.
yeah, we wasn't. This race was initially thought to not to be a points race, but then based on some of the participation that we've had in years, in the drive for a lot of people, that's kind of led us to kind of leave it off as a points race and just leave it a good little high dollar bracket race, basically. And hopefully we get a good turnout. And if we get a good turnout, we look at the venue again for next year. But we got to get the bikes to the track, and I appreciate y'all for putting the word out. I've been seeing the posts where we getting a lot of people involved. That's a great thing. Like I said, all we doing is holding the bet. That's how I look at myself as a person, just holding the bet and making sure everybody get their money when it's all said and done. But after that, we're gonna run to one more commercial, and then we're gonna be out of here. We'll be back. All right, Man Cup Live. We about to wrap it all up. I want y'all to say goodbye to the Wagners, say goodbye to Big Boss, and any final words
Hey,
y'all want to say here before
hey,
we roll out of here?
yeah, I got something I want to say. Ask them if they still ready for us in East St. Louis when we get there. If
Oh
they
yeah.
ain't
Hey, we
gonna be
ready.
ready.
Hey, I'm ready to race at home.
Yeah, because
That's
we
right.
We're gonna do a chili cook-off. We'll get together and
yeah,
do a
we're
chili
trying to bring a
cook-off.
good show there.
Hey,
That's right.
I think you'll do good, boss. Here,
Yes,
there's a
sir.
lot of
Okay.
bikes around here.
All right. Well, Man
Smoke that.
Cup Live. Once again, we've done it again. Man Cup Live. We'll see y'all at Dragway. We'll see you next Tuesday. We'll have us another guest and another spotlight of some other races and families and so forth. And hope to see y'all, the Wagners, up at Dragway 42. And once
You're
again,
gonna
y'all,
see a couple of us at 42.
that's
Yep,
right.
yep.
Well,
I know them two be there. Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
right.
He be
right,
working that girl right there. He don't work the one right there, the one in race. She don't do nothing. But that one right there, oh man, he work her to death, man. For real, she worked with both of them. The daddy worked her and the other sister worked her. The mama wasn't there. So all the work was on
Stop,
that girl
Pinky.
right
You're
there,
gonna make me
man.
have to pay her.
I seen her, man, a couple times. She looked tired, man. Like, man, I'm ready for this to be over with, man. I'm tired, man.
Well, all
But they
right,
was
man,
ain't no
come by.
wow. They were still doing
Huh?
good. So she had to
Yes,
keep
they
on
are.
getting help her, help him, help her, help him. Come on now. They worked her,
Hey,
man. She knows she
a
worked.
family that races together stays together.
That's right.
And on
That's
that,
right. That's
and
right.
on that,
Yeah.
we gonna get out of here. Man Cub Live. We love y'all again.
Peace.
We'll see y'all next Tuesday. Peace.
All right, see
Thank
you,
you.
buddy.
Thank you, Hollywood.
Bye bye, y'all.